Hey guys, welcome back to another one. In this video, I'm going to go over the new partnership between Flexa and new utility for the AMP token. It is with these guys right here. I'll give you a second to think about it. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. It means a bunch. So like I said, new partnership that just came out yesterday. Flexa was able to pin a partnership with these guys. And if you weren't able to guess it, it is GK Software. And yes, I wouldn't have been able to guess it either. But this tweet came out as well as a whole bunch of other news. We partnered with Flexa HQ, the leading pure digital payments network. Now merchants using our Transaction Plus solution will be able to accept digital currencies, protecting their businesses from fraud and more. And guys, this is extremely bullish news. I'll get into why this is just by the numbers here in a second. And if we pop open this article, we can kind of check it out. GK Software partners with Flexa to support digital currency payments. So using Flexa Network, Transaction Plus offers merchants a very fast, easy, and secure way to accept digital currency payments. GK Software is now set up partnered with Flexa, and we know what Flexa is to enable people using Transaction Plus currently. It's a payment processing application, and they're just going to seamlessly be able to, I guess, add a little bit more software onto it so that people can start using crypto as another method of payment besides your regular credit or debit card. And they say today's customers, they want to be able to pay with as many options as possible, not only credit, debit, and not only using a cell phone like Google Pay, Apple Pay, but add cryptocurrency to the mix. And merchants already integrated in Transaction Plus will be able to easily accept digital currency payments using the Flexa network. And as we know, guys, if you have the spending app, you can pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and a whole bunch more, and add in-store and online as well, acceptance of digital currencies to their payments using their existing point-of-sale hardware. And as we know, Flexa is huge because it protects their business from fraud or the double spend at no additional cost. And it's just the way that Flexa is set up. And they can either receive their settlement in US dollar or the digital currency if they'd like. So this is actually really big news, and let's get into who is GK Software, who is these guys. And there's a lot of stuff, in the back end that we don't even think about, but, companies like GK Software, they're, in the front end of the technology. So it's a technology company. It's actually headquartered in Germany, and it specializes in software and services for the operations of large retail companies. So they have a good chunk of individuals. They work in 14 locations worldwide, and we'll dig into the website here in a second. And the 2020 annual report says, they have 117.6 billion euros. It's a pretty huge company. So if we look at the website right here, had to convert it to English because it is German. But let's check out some of these stats. So for the market share in Germany, they have 35% of the market share for using their point of sale terminals. And the market share in Europe, that's 10% of all of Europe. So a huge player. And then the global top 50, 24% in the entire world, which is it's essentially a quarter. And then lastly, total annual revenues for all of the GK Software customers is 425 billion euros, which is a lot of money just flowing through these terminals. And potentially, Flexa taking even a 1% chunk of that that's 42 billion euros that they didn't have before. If it was just, 1% of people decide to use it. And we have to check out some of the testimonials to see exactly who is working with them. It is very hard to find who is working with them. But, if we check it out, I can see Adidas, also Bells. And then these are smaller companies, but Adidas and Bells were definitely the two larger ones. The PGA Tour Superstore works with them as well. And then some more smaller companies. And like I said, I was digging for a while trying to find what stores actually work with them. And then Lidl is another one. Another or Transaction Plus. This is the U.S. only for now. So some of those numbers, included Europe, included, worldwide, but the Transaction Plus is something that's only in the United States. And I did a little bit of digging trying to find exactly what stores use Transaction Plus, but it is the, point of sale. So the terminal that accepts, debit, accepts electronic payments, and now it accepts cryptocurrency. And we will look at, they have a partnership with IBM for something that, Transaction Plus is actually integrating into, which is the cloud for retail, to make things online and in the cloud a little bit more. But they did allude to some names of stores. Some of them I did say before, which were Edeka, which I had to look these guys up. It's the largest grocery store chain in Germany. Lidl, which is also a huge grocery store chain in Europe. And then they also have Walmart here. I did a lot of digging. I couldn't find directly the partnership or what, GK Software does with Walmart, but it's not the payment terminals. Unfortunately, it is a different company that does that. However, one thing I did look into was the annual report, or actually this one is a quarterly report, and they call it, since once again this is German guys, the interim report is the first 6 months. They come out with the report, and there is some huge things to look at. So the Transaction Plus solution manages the electronic payment transaction on about 100,000 terminals in the USA. So that's 100,000 new terminals that will start accepting cryptocurrency. Let's look at some other pieces of data here. Payment services. So Transaction Plus, and it is able to integrate a large number of point of sale systems. And so this is essentially just talking about what it does. And then this is the other huge piece of data here. So the AI solution offered by Prudis and the US company's payment solution Transaction Plus are each being used by more than 50 customers. So there's 50 different retailers in the USA using Transaction Plus. The hard part is finding exactly which one of those retailers it is, which I will try and find it as soon as possible, guys. And then this last little piece of data, it just talks about what Transaction Plus is, but we just looked at the website. So in summary, if we check this out, the two huge pieces of news is that there's 50 customers in the USA using Transaction Plus, which are now going to start accepting cryptocurrency. And between these 50 customers, there's 100,000 new terminals in the USA also accepting cryptocurrency. If we go on the Spending app, we know that these are the current retailers and that are on the app. But there's so many articles out there saying that there's other companies, but they're not currently advertised on the app. So we have GameStop, Nordstrom, Whole Foods, Crate and Barrel, and then Starbucks. You can find that one out there as well. But these are older articles, I'll give it that. But currently on the Spending app, this is what officially we can use cryptocurrency for, or the Spending app for, using the AMP token, with the addition hopefully soon of 50 new customers that should pop on there. What do you guys think about this? I think it's actually very bullish news for both Flexa and the AMP token. I'm probably going to scoop up a little bit more on these red days. Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.